Hey guys, what's up? It's Andrews from RG here. Hope you're all doing well today, and welcome to another video of myself and the RG task force. This is a little bit strange because unlike all the other videos I've done, I'm just gonna freeball, spitball this one a little bit, guys. A little bit off script, and nothing really planned or prepared. Just gonna be me talking about the community, giving everybody a few updates, and talking about things that are going on within the Armour universe. So please, if that's of interest, stay tuned. I look forward to seeing you at the end of this video. What you're looking at now is Operation Shakedown. This is featuring the RG task force created by Lex6. He's one of our new mission makers here at RG. What's new at RG? What are we doing? Well, so much has changed and moved on over the last year. I mean, 2020 has been quite a strange one for RG. We started at the beginning of the year going really steady. Stabcon at the helm with Wilhelm and Caesar helping to organize and run the community. They've been doing this now for quite some time, organizing the missions every single Sunday, preparing Warnos and really maintaining the community. When I did first come back 3-4 months ago now, just before the COVID-19 episode, I was surprised and in pure admiration that although a lot of the external infrastructure of the site, like our handbooks, the forums, everything that was external facing to the community, the websites, they hadn't been updated for some time, and they were reflecting kind of an old regime that was running the community, and there was quite a lot of work that needed to be done to bring everything up to speed with the current pace of the community and the image it was representing. A lot of the web stuff was all updated, but as I said, I was very surprised and in admiration of the fact that we were pulling still, 50 plus guys every single week, which was amazing within the community. I know that the impact of COVID-19 has affected a lot of things that have gone on in the world at the moment, including attendance across the board for Armour and other clans and communities. When this thing first kicked off, I think many of us thought it was going to be a great chance to spend some much needed time with our loved ones and get some time off work to stay at home and essentially do what we love, spending time on the PC, playing games. But as we're kind of approaching the 4-month mark now for many of us, the whole taste of this is getting a little bit bitter. I think the majority of people out there just really want this thing to be over and done with so we can all return back to our working lives. I know many of us that do 40-hour, 45, 8-hour weeks are at work more than they are at home. So missing our work colleagues, missing everything that's kind of part of our working life. But I don't think things are going to be the same again in the world following this. And like everything else, communities and clans are going to have to roll with the punches. And one of the things that RG wants to do towards the mid-2020 and coming up towards the end of the year is really open up the scale of what's in the community within our mod packs and within the remit of what the task force can accomplish, and allow the community and everybody else around us to experience that. So we've made a couple of changes which will be trialed for the next few months, good 3 to 4 months, which is going to be using all of the content in the RG pack. The major change is that up until this point, RG as a task force have always been represented by a base uniform, which is something that is used to identify the task force as it commits operations around the world. We had quite ambiguous skins up until 2 or so years ago when we changed to the 3rd Commander Brigade British skins, which we've been wearing up until now, which you can see in this video, and have served us extremely well. But Captain Stabcon's decided that a fresh coat of paint and image change is required for the task force as we move forward. So what we're going to be doing is opening up the skin pack, and for a trial period only, allowing our members to select certain content within the realm of reality, within that skin set, that skin base, and kit themselves out with what they need from the arsenal on a Wednesday training. So a portion of Wednesday training from now on will be used to prepare the kit and prepare for the exercise / operation that's taking place on the Sunday. And those that do attend the training operation will have a chance to get all that sorted out before the actual mission itself, saving time of the mission builders having to kit out everybody individually, saving time with the units not having the right kit and having to stay behind and kit up, and obviously bringing the entire task force, that's the gambler element, up to speed with Vegas in terms of their accessibility with regards to the arsenal. Now, this will be measured, and if there is any abuse that's seen with regards to this, obviously it will be changed. But what we're trying to do is give the task force the chance to essentially take ownership of their individual avatar, deck them out in certain elements, aesthetic elements mainly, that will change the look of the actual unit, and make it more individual to you. And by coming on Wednesday, you're essentially rewarded for that by having the chance to prepare your kit in advance and make sure that you're all ready for the unit. So we can measure that, and we're going to see how it all goes. Also, with regards to deployments, allocating the assets and the prestige of a deployment to what we're doing at the moment within the standard operations could be done every single weekend. The mission quality in many instances is of deployment standard. So rather than going into a deployment with the background story and dedicating our resources in this direction, we're going to have some free-flowing missions that are going to take place in different temperament climates that are going to have some kind of persistency between them, and a story arc which is going to allow you to essentially edit your character within the task force, your unit, and kit them out with everything you need to suit that unique battle situation. So that's the plan with regards to the task force. We're opening up the crates, we're letting people have better access to weapon systems and scopes within the realm of what we're all using, and we're going to allow us to channel our abilities into different avenues. So working with NATO, to Russia, to Germany, to all aspects across the globe, putting RG in the body of those typical units and role-playing those units in the climate against the realistic enemy they would be facing. So just really broadening our horizon into the Op 4 category, as well as working with everything NATO has to offer. We're looking forward to this, guys, and I hope it's exciting for you as well. One of the other changes that's taking place is obviously we've got a great server now, and Liberation is up. Over the next couple of weeks, the staff are going to be sitting down, and we really want member feedback on this. We want to draw up some usage for Liberation, perhaps opening up a public version of the Liberation server just to help with our recruitment, and also moving into working with Liberation on a new map involving a very light RG pack. We do need some help forming this up from new and old members, so if you're interested, please get in touch. The casual element of RG is still very much there, and I'd like to remind everybody that's watching the video, there are really two tiers of membership at RG. You've got your full-term membership, which is when you sign up to be committed to a section, and every single week you have a dedicated slot in the game. Or you can simply join RG as a reserve and sit in the wings, play once or twice a month or once every 2 months, essentially as a reserve, popping on TS, updating your mod set, and getting ready to play when and as you can. Now, within the actual film of Armour itself as well, not everyone is suited to playing type of missions we do every weekend, which is the task force type of mission where we roll out as a large unit with the ground units, the air force, and the special operations. Some people are more preferred towards PvP style or towards liberation or domination type maps. We do have the infrastructure now, guys. We are looking for ideas and suggestions. If you're currently not a member of RG or have been one in the past and you're considering coming back, we've got lots of avenues we want to look into to creating activity and generating interest from our current member base. We really just need people with the time, the energy to get involved. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it from me. Really not much else going on with regards to Armour 4. I read something that was quite damning recently from the developers themselves. With all the hype train that was going around Armour 4, They really are in no mood to ride it. There just seems to be some real blanket statements about the fact that Armour 4 is not being developed. There is no concept of development. There is no announcement. And given the time it takes to actually make an Armour series based game, the struggles that we all went through at the beta process of the original Armour 3, I don't think the community has the stomach to go through this again, not at this stage. So I do see Armour 3 being around for certainly the foreseeable future within the next year or so. And because of that, I think as a community we're really knuckling in to take advantage of everything that's available in Armour at this current time, but rather than using it within restrictions and within the bounds of how we used to at RG, we're just going to dive straight into that content, and within the development and the mission making of the community, use all of that content and variation to make sure that the members across the vast range of maps have great access to all of the content in the pack, and do get to experience some of the weapon systems that traditionally reality gaming as a NATO-esque task force just wouldn't have experience in using. How's this going to work in the future? Well, who knows? It could mold into individual roles for the units. In testing all of this kit, it can help us to favour and gravitate towards weapon systems that we like and use. We've obviously got to keep an eye on the balance here, and we can't overly arm the task force and put us in a situation where we're overpowering the enemy, or everybody has access to everything, and it just creates a situation where we cannot create an enemy that's equal to the task force. So that's obviously to be measured as well. But there's lots of things to consider, guys, and I hope you can be part of that consideration process. As I've said, I hope all of you are very well during this time, and your families are avoiding this terrible COVID pandemic that's taking place and sweeping over us all. I hope those of you that do have the opportunity to return back to work have the opportunity to go back soon. And I thank you all for watching the video. Big shout out to all the guys from RG, constant supporters on the weekend, to the command staff and everyone that's helping to make RG flow and run in the right direction. We are very long in the tooth as a community, but I believe that one thing we've always been very sure of is putting our members first and making sure that everybody has everything they need to enjoy the game without limitations, but within the realm of organisation, discipline and respect. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You all take care. Enjoy whatever time you've got at home. Spend time with your families. This is a treasured time for us all. And if you do have the time, jump on and have some fun with your old boys at RG. Fellas, take care. All the best and God bless. Bye-bye.